short, and when you're on tilt, you walk away, you don't take massive losses, then it's not as big of a deal. Sorry, guys. Then it's not as big a deal to come back a day later or come back a couple of days later and say, okay, let's try this again. I made a bad decision. It cost me some money. I'm going to have to continue to trade consistently now in order to make up those losses. But hey, that's going to happen.
And going to a question about, I can't seem to find it now, but about psychology on the lower time frames. One of you guys asked, is psychologically, is it harder on the lower time frames? And it's yes and no. It's going to be, I think personally, psychologically, it's a little easier on the lower time frames because there's not as much at risk. Your targets are smaller, obviously, because they're on lower time frames. But also, you don't have a lot of time to do your analysis. So you really have to know your plan. You have to know your rules of engagement. You have to know exactly what you need to take a trade because those things are going to happen quick.
Yeah, and that's an important point. It's a trade-off because you're right. You're not risking as much. You don't have 50 or 60 pips on the line. You might have 20 but you've got to be able to make those decisions instantaneously. I know lots of people say when they come into your room, because they used to say it about my room, they're just like, holy crap, slow down. And you're like, I can't slow down. This is how fast you have to do it. And you're just going to have to continue to stay in the room, and over time it'll become second nature to you, and it won't be slow. It'll be slow for you.
And with the higher time frames, like I said, the trade-off, you have more time to analyze a chart, analyze a pattern. You can, if you're on a 4-hour chart and you're waiting for, say, a specific entry, you have 4 hours to sit around and look through your trading plan and say, okay, all right, I've got this.
To look at it again, to double check it,
it's like 10 times.
You can double and triple check to make sure that you're doing it right. But you're right, there's a trade-off there, is that you're going to have, it's going to be more on the line. It's going to be tougher emotionally to sit through the drawdowns.
Yeah, I mean, if we're on a 4-hour chart and we have a 100 pip target, I mean, we've got to watch ourselves be up. And I hate saying being up because we're not really up until we hit that target. But we've got to watch our accounts be in the green and say, Akil, you're up 75 pips, and that could be $75, it could be $750, whatever, and you can't take it out. You have to, and that's hard for a lot of traders to do, and that's why one of the most common errors is that early profit taking. It's hard to sit there and think that you're in money and then watch the market suck it right back up.
They're like, that's $750. They're like, oh, that's $1,000. It's like, I can do a lot with $1,000. It's like, yeah, I don't want to lose $1,000. I'll look like an idiot if I lose $1,000. When in reality, you're going to look like an idiot if you don't follow your plan, because it's going to, it's going to bankrupt you.
Exactly. I should just take it off here because that's more than break even.
That question too is, well, you came within 3 pips. Why didn't you just take your profits out? Because again, it slowly degrades at my trading psychology. It slowly degrades at my ability to stay disciplined in my rules. If I'm taking it off, oh, it's just 3 pips. Let me just take it off at 3 pips. Well, what happens the next time? Well, now you set a standard that if it comes within 3 pips, you're just going to take your profits. Well, now what happens at 5 pips? Well, now it's almost to the 3 pips where I have my target. I'll just take it off at the 5 pips. And you slowly, again, no one is there. You're not sitting on a trading floor where you've got a head trader looking over your shoulder watching you trade and saying, hey, dummy, what are you doing? Why are you not following your plan? Hey, you know what? If you want to do that, that's fine, but you can get off my trading floor. Right? Get the you-know-what out of here, because you're not going to do that with my money. You're going to do that on my floor. They're not sweet with you, but that's what we need as traders to help keep us grounded. Well, you don't have that. It's just you. So if you allow yourself, if you become undisciplined and you allow yourself to make concessions on this trade, then you're going to make concessions on the next trade and the next one and the next one. It's like alcoholics, okay? We're all trading alcoholics, all right? And it's not a situation where, well, I'll just have a drink. Look, I'll just have 1 beer. Alcoholics can't do that. They can't have just 1 beer. They have extremely addictive personalities. 1 beer turns into 15. Next thing you know, they're butt naked running in the street howling at the moon. We're going to Taco Bell.